Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use Terapeak, which is an eBay analytics program. It helps you pull sales data, helps you build effective titles that are going to rise to the top of eBay searches. You can do research on hot categories. You can research your competitors. And in the last video, I showed you guys how to do category research. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do hot research. Now, real quickly, in my opinion, category research should be called hot research. I'll show you really quickly why. Because it essentially is going to show you all the hot selling categories. Here's a chart. Basically, blue and red are the hottest selling categories. So in my mind, the category research actually does a better job of showing you hot items and hot research than the hot research category does. We're going to pull up the hot research button here. Now we'll take a look, and here's basically the hottest selling items on eBay right now. So PlayStation 4, tablet, Xbox 360, iPad, necklace, iPhone, earrings, laptop, Lego, bracelet, iPod Touch. And I'll kind of pick out some of these that I think are good items to sell and not good items to sell. So things like PlayStation and branded things like iPads, you're never really going to get a good price. I mean, sure, you can become like an authorized distributor, but the margins on stuff like this isn't good. They're high priced items, which means eBay fees are going to eat up a lot of them. Terms like tablet, again, electronic, but also too generic. Necklace, that doesn't really tell us much. That's pretty generic. Looking around, items that I see here that I like would be, I really don't like, most of the stuff coming up on this hot selling category thing is branded type stuff, which I don't really like to get into. Backpacks could be a good one. Let's look into backpacks. That's number 53, which is pretty good. And here we can dig a little bit more into the data on backpacks. So in the category of backpacks, and this would be, let's say we've settled on selling backpacks. This is going to help us decide, A, is this a worthwhile category to get into? And B, what types of backpacks should we get into? So the average price of a backpack is $38.65. The average shipping cost is $9.94. As you can see, there were 54,982 listings, and of those, 36% sold through. So this isn't a bad sell-through rate, but it's not really a great sell-through rate either. This is about the minimum acceptable sell-through rate for me. What other data can we see about backpacks? Most people buy backpacks between 7 and 8 p.m. This is based on Pacific time, so I'm in Chicago, so it's actually going to be 7, 6, 5. So it's actually going to be 5 to 7 p.m. for me. For whatever reason, most people buy backpacks on a Tuesday. What types of listings are people who buy backpacks buying? Are they buying auctions or fixed price? They're buying fixed price listings. And the best keyword for backpacks is bag. Each week, over $1 million worth of backpacks are sold. They're sold through over 54,000 listings, and 19,000 of those are successful. And that's what gives our sell-through rate of 36.18%. Like I said, we can look at the time of day that most people buy backpacks, and keep in mind this is based on Pacific time. But really, I would say pretty much anywhere from 8 a.m. through 11 p.m. at night is a decent time to list backpacks. The categories, most people are listing them in clothing. However, there are some backpacks listed in sports, toys, collectibles, etc. It's pretty even, like we said, Tuesday's the day when most backpacks are sold, but it's pretty consistent across the week, so day doesn't matter that much. Here we can see the price point that most backpacks are sold for. So most backpacks sold on eBay are going to be of the cheaper variety. And kind of what's skewing that result a little bit is a lot of people are selling like used JanSport backpacks or used North Face backpacks. So a backpack that originally may have sold for over 80 bucks is now probably going to sell for under 23. But really, it's a lower price stuff selling the best. I would say from a penny up to, we'll say $31. Most people who are willing to pay more than that are probably going to go to a local store or buy a specialty backpack. And the keywords that are most popular are bag, new, black, school, travel, shoulder, leather, rucksack, canvas, and laptop. Bag by far, but basically any of these keywords which are relevant to your backpack, you're going to want to put in your listing because this is what most people are searching for. Here's the types of listings that people are searching for, like features. Are people doing buy it now, reserves, etc.? Not really. And here's the highest priced item. So here's a graffiti backpack, art school, runway, canvas. But I don't know why this is $8,250, but for whatever reason it is. This one makes sense. It's a Chanel lambskin backpack, so obviously that's going to be expensive. But let's say we wanted to dig in and we wanted to start doing some research on like JanSport backpacks or North Face backpacks. We could go pull another search and find out of this $1 million sold a week in backpacks, maybe 200,000 of it is North Face backpacks. And we can pull all these same stats about North Face backpacks. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys kind of how to do this category research. Let's scroll down a little bit more, and I'll see if I can find one more product for us that I like, and we'll dig into that one a little bit more as well. So see, as you can see, most of the stuff is branded. Nexus 4, Star Wars, cameras are LED strip. We'll look at this because LED strips typically are generic. This would be like fancy lighting for your bedroom or something like that, is what I'm guessing. But let's take a look and see. A lot of items have LEDs. I mean, it could be a hoverboard because some hoverboards have LEDs, but LED strip. Let's see the types of products that are. Okay, so as I expected, here's like strings of LEDs for like decorating your room. These are obviously the most expensive ones. But let's see here. If we go to items for sale that we're researching, we can actually see the items that are being sold that have the most bids on them, which pretty much tell us they have the most interest and have the most customers' attention. So we sorted low to high, so we'll change that from high to low. Okay, now as you can see, this is all cheaper stuff. These are like strings of LEDs to decorate your bedroom or put on your car or, decorate your basement, whatever else. So these are probably all going to be under 20 bucks. A lot of them are going to be really cheap. But look, this is a pretty hot category. I mean, some things are selling for really cheap. End price $1.14. A lot of this stuff is coming coming from China and Chinese sellers. It's actually like the factories or wholesalers directly selling on eBay. So on a lot of this stuff, it's going to be hard to compete on price unless you either bundle your items. And when I say bundle, whereas the manufacturers are just going to give you a strip of lights, maybe you attach some kind of strip to attach these to, some type of clips to attach it to your ceiling or your car or to be able to decorate with it. And by doing that, you separate your listing and add some value to your listing. So whereas a Chinese manufacturer may only be able to sell a strip of LED lights for $1.72, when you have a strip of LED lights and maybe you include like a remote controlled LED light that plugs into an like a socket, and then also maybe clips to clip these to your wall. Now you can maybe charge $15 or $20 because you're packaging it and you're adding some value. But let's go back and look at these LEDs. So the average sales price is $10.03. It's a fairly cheap item. I'm going to do something real quick. AliExpress. We're going to look on AliExpress and we're going to look up LED strip. Now keep in mind AliExpress is a retail site. The prices are good, but it is a retail site. So on here you can buy these for, here's one with a remote, $3.99 to $7.19. If you were to go to Alibaba, it's going to get even cheaper since that's true wholesale and you're buying in bulk. But potentially you could go buy one of these for $3.99, and the average price on eBay is $10. That leaves $7 worth of room for you to make some money. Wow, I'm actually really impressed with this category. So reason being, over $265,000 worth of LED strips are being sold, and this is with an average price point of $10. So on something that costs $500, $265,000 in sales isn't nearly as many items as something so cheap like this. The average shipping is $3.91, and the sell-through rate is 76.15%, which is actually really, really high. Most people are buying these in the evening. Most of them are being sold in the home and garden category. Here's the total listings. Here's the successful ones. And what that means is our sell-through rate is 76%. Looks like most people are buying these later in the evening, probably when they're thinking about having their room better lit, which makes sense. Pretty consistent across all days of the week, though. Obviously, if you're selling this, you would want to list on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Most listings are 11 plus days, so probably 30-day listings. Majority of these are sold in home and garden. A fair number are sold in consumer electronics as well. Like I said, biggest price point is $3.99. However, there's pretty good sales up to $11.99. So there's definitely some room for you guys to make money on this. And if we look for the most popular keywords, it's light, 50-50. I'm not sure what that refers to. Maybe, half color red, half color green. This is the voltage of the lights. Keywords like 4, are kind of stupid. Like it's probably LED strips for decorating your room or something like that. I'm not really sure what SMD RGB means. Probably something in terms of the lights or type of light. 5 millimeter, I think that's the thickness or the wideness. Waterproof, flexible lights, so you can bend them around things. And majority are being sold through fixed price auctions. But I'll show you guys kind of what else we can research here. So we found our hot selling item. We see all the main stats about it. I already showed you this. We can go over and see which ones are getting the most attention and the most bids. What we can also do, this is one of my favorite categories. We can see the top 20 people selling these items. So the top guy sold over $14,000 in 1 week in LED lights. He did it through 111 listings. 88 of those were successful. And he sold, his average price is $13.71, so he's got a 79% sell-through rate. One thing I like looking at is how many listings someone had to put up to make the money. So as we can see here, this guy did $7,000 in sales, and he had 40 listings up, whereas this guy sold pretty much the same amount of items, and he had almost double the amount of listings. So if I were a seller, I would rather make the same amount of money and have to ship out less items and deal with less customers. So what I would do is look at this guy's items and see what he's doing, and look at this guy's items and see what he's doing. As you can see here, they have a pretty similar average sales price. So what is this guy doing? What is this guy not doing that this guy is doing to make more money off selling less things? I'm guessing he's bundling, or people are buying multiple items from him. He must be doing something right to where people are buying several items from him. But this program Terapeak, which is what I'm using to pull this data, is an absolutely necessary program if you're going to be a serious seller on eBay. If you don't have this program, you're essentially just throwing darts at the wall. You're basically guessing and hoping that you're right. With this, not everything that I find on here is going to sell well, but at the very least, the numbers actually back up that the product I'm getting into is something that sells. For a lot of you guys, okay, I'm going to buy this item and I hope it sells. Well, you have no idea whether $200,000 a week in sales happen or whether $100 a week in sales happen. So you're really just hoping, buying stuff and hoping for the best. Whereas with this program, you can make educated guesses, waste less money, and hopefully be more successful. So if you guys are at all interested in this program, Terapeak, feel free to ask me any questions you have about it. I will put a link in the description box below to where you can buy this program. They actually offer, I believe it's either a 14-day or a 30-day free trial. So you can sign up yourself, try it out. If it's not something you want to pay for every month, pull all your data right off the bat during the free trial, and use that data moving forward for whatever categories you choose to focus on. Though seasonally and fad items and everything are constantly changing, so I've been a subscriber to Terapeak for probably going on 3 years now, and I absolutely love the program. If you just want to take advantage of the free trial, pull some data, figure some things out, pull some data on items you search, and then cancel after that, that's perfectly fine. But I find a lot of value in this program. Like I said, I've been a member for 3 years, and now I'm going to continue subscribing to it. If you guys have any questions about Terapeak or how it works or anything like that, feel free to ask in the description box below. Share this video with anyone you think, anyone you know who sells online. If you're an affiliate marketer, this program can also be interesting as well. It shows you the items that sell, the items you want to focus on, especially if you're an affiliate for the eBay Partner Network, because this directly ties into eBay. This data can also be used pretty good for Amazon, selling on Amazon as well as the Amazon affiliates. Granted, all the data is based off eBay, but sales numbers and things like that and keywords are going to be pretty similar between eBay and Amazon. So glad you guys took the time to check out this video. Leave me a comment below, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot more Terapeak videos showing you guys how good this program is and how to use it to make more money online.